Okay, so maybe you're trying out Fists Only Halflight and you're not really sure how the corner strat works, or how the Dragonstone strat works, or pretty much anything about the fight in general. Since the final kill is a very kind version of Halflight, I will be explaining how to do the fight in general and how to deal with situations that may get you outside of your comfort zone. This will be the corner strat, Halflight's moveset, spear affinity and the ground spears, as well as the final Dragonstone strat. The corner strat defines a area behind the pillar where the Painted Guardian cannot see you. It is the main playing area of the strat, and it is also very easy to set up if you follow this guide. For this setup we will use Prism Stones. They are very easy to use and you can also see them during the fight. The way to set it up first time, if you haven't done this before, is to place a Prism Stone where the Guardian will spawn. Then proceed to mark out the first border using it as a reference. If you did it correctly, you should end up at the right side of the back fog door. Next up is the second border, located on the other side of the pillar. Start off by going to the side of the pillar and placing one down there, then follow the line as before. If you did this correctly, you should be on the right side of the window. Mark out a third path which is going from the corner of the pillar up to the center of the window. Place one final Prism Stone at the left side of the window. This is what it should look like inside a run. Finishing this before he summons the Guardian leaves you enough time to show stats and also prepare. These clips show the main attacks that you are supposed to parry. On the right you can see how likely it is that he will follow up with that attack, and the color indicates if I recommend doing the parry or not. Parries while he is two-handing the blade is very risky, so only go for those in a last resort when you don't have the space to move. The main way to predict those parries is to wait for him to walk towards you, and he will most likely do an R1 followed up by another one. This is the one that you will use the most to parry, and it is also one that is very consistent. If he walks sideways with the shield, you can either run up to him with the Dragonstone, which I will explain later, or you can also wait for him to do a stab, which may result in a follow-up. Here are some more examples of an R1 parry. Ah, nope, don't have the stamina. If you are in a bad spot and you need to get out of there, keep in mind that he actually tracks 180 degrees. You see that tracking? That's what I mean, this tracking, it's insane. If you cannot outspace it, make sure that you stay close for him to do the close-up weapon art. That can be punished by 2 punches. Spear affinities spawn every 18 seconds. They will track you if 2 seconds have passed, he is looking at you, and there is no pillar in the way. To avoid them from a distance, strafe to the left or to the right. If you're too close, you can also roll. If the orbs pop up during a riposte, the top one will remain. To avoid this, you can simply go to the right and strafe it in a loop. If his torso is in the ground, for example when he's rolling or when you riposted him, there is a chance that they pop up and are instantly destroyed. This gives you the 18 seconds of pause. Ground spears are cast at a distance. There is no set timer on when he casts it. However, the longer you wait, the more likely it is that he will roll away and cast it. This is what will be used later to completely skip the two-handed phase. When he casts ground spears, he will roll away and equip the bow. This is not the case when you are too close. If he walks towards you and tries to attack you, parrying is the only option. Knowing this information, we should now focus on how to bait the one-handed moveset while keeping the two-handed moveset out of the picture by using the ground spears. Now, there is one issue remaining, and that is that Halflight blocks and simply backs off until he's far away enough. And that is where the Dragonstone strat comes in. Using the Dragon Torso Stone, we can guard break Halflight as soon as he stands up and thus create a loop that sort of keeps consistent. If he attempts to attack you during it, he also gets staggered, which means you can escape in time and then attempt to parry again. This means that the perfect execution of the strat is to continually parry him and riposte and then do a guard break loop. And because we keep him so busy all the time, by the time he goes away, he will cast ground spears instead of going into the two-handed moveset. Practicing obviously takes a long time, and to avoid having to reset unnecessarily, I recommend activating No Dead and Event Super Armor in the cheat engine under character flags. This allows you to not be staggered during attacks, and so the Guardian will not accidentally see you, which would force a restart. That already concludes the basic guide to Halflight AI. Hopefully that helped you out, and hopefully you will have good luck when you face him. Because Miyazaki couldn't care any less. Oh my god, why did he do such a shit